you see these questions can go on for hours, but we want to give you some real hard stuff. If now let's talk about how do you exit a relationship?
It's easy, the same way you came in.
Not necessarily.
Like how?
Not
You just walk out.
Not necessarily. It depends on the situation.
Come on,
I was in a
Sister
violent
Darlene.
marriage. But to leave him, I had to sneak away because he would have took my life rather than see me walk out the door.
Ooh, that's one.
So it depends on how the relationship is going. Is it violent or not?
Well, you spoke for the
not cut and
violent
dry.
part. Then you need to get out.
Yeah.
You
No,
need
I mean,
to get
right.
out however way you can.
Right. I mean, the biggest question, how, the truth part. How would you exit a relationship? I mean, if the emotions build up, because one thing, even when you meet a person, I mean, when a woman see that man, I mean, it could be 10 women sitting in a room and 50 guys walking. That woman, each woman already know what man she want. So that's the introduction part of that relationship. So if you want to exit that relationship, to me, you just walk away. I mean,
The message in the bottle is
I would love to hear from you, Paul. Come on, what do you have to say about it?
I mean, be honest,
It's built on feelings.
Everything is built on feelings.
Truthfully, honestly,
Paul said
I
everything
actually
is
been in
built on.
relationships, all right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And relationships were good, some were bad, had stalkers. The stalkers, of course, you walk away. Of course, because it's a stalker material.
You just go.
Other ones that you've been in, but feelings. Like I said, women have, their hearts,
Yeah.
It's also it's dealing with that. Some have children. So you just can't walk away from one of her children like that. It would devastate her and them also.
Yeah.
So it depends on relationship, and feelings is everything.
So what would you say? What would you say to her? Would you just say, you know what, baby, it's done?
Well, you got to talk to her and let her know that this really isn't working out. We could be friends, I know it's still hard for women to still accept that, but you have to let her know that this really isn't working at all. I still care for you, but I want to be honest and upfront towards you and let you know that this isn't really going to go nowhere. I want you to move on and find something better for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing nothing for you.
This is a perfect scenario that Paul is posing. But let me tell you what the reality is for a lot of people. And I've noticed that men tend to do this much more so than women tend to do it. Men tend to have what you call somebody who is filling the gap. Because they will transition into one relationship without having fully exited the one that they're in.
Women do that too. They do the monkey bars. It's the monkey
Men do
bar
that
thing.
or women do
I
that?
would say men do
Men
it more
do
than
it.
women.
That's-
Be-
wow,
and,
okay.
and I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
it seems like to me that the hurt party is always more along the lines of the women. Well, he didn't tell me. I was the last to
You
know.
didn't see it coming.
Yeah, you didn't see it
Well,
coming.
see it coming.
she was more of a dip, most likely. She was just probably a dip, and just he already had
What's a
others
dip?
on standby.
They call them
I just know
placeholders.
ranch dip.
They call them
I don't know
On
what
the
that
side.
is.
She was a dip.
What's dip? Somebody tell me what a dip is. Hold on.
Exactly.
Everybody tell me what a dip
Let's
is.
define this thing.
A woman on the side. It's a
Tip
right.
on out.
Outside, yeah.
That's somebody he got on the side for a backup.
A
Right,
He
placeholder.
got other ones in place.
Exactly.
He hasn't fully exited the relationship yet because of the placeholder.
And that's
Come on,
called
my
a
sister.
dip.
This is exactly what we're talking about. The difference between intimacy and sex. And
I
as she
love how
says,
she keeps bringing it home.
she brings it home.
That's
I love
true.
it.
I
love it. And this is also, you see the difference in the view of men and women when it comes to what sex is. We have not taught our male children the same thing about sex that we teach our female
That's
children.
another good point.
We have not taught men that sex is a spiritual act, and when you are giving this woman your life energy, your life force, and so she is to be someone that you revere and you respect because you are planting your seed in her. And I'm not talking about condoms, I'm talking about the act itself.
Okay,
Because you are sharing
got you.
your soul. Now, we don't teach our men this. Then for them, a woman can be just a dip, because he's not thinking about he's affecting her soul with that act. He's not taught that. So it's a different mindset. And then, as she says, when you know that one woman is not fulfilling you and you are ready to leave, we also don't teach men how to leave, how to be honest
exit
and
out.
say, this is not fulfilling for me. I would rather us end this so that I can move on and you can as well. We haven't taught them that, so they're still kind of hanging on, trying to figure out how do I tell her it's done. Well, let me just start this one, and so they've got these two different relationships going on,
Right.
and they're being dishonest to both women because they're not giving either woman what both women has required, and that is the exclusivity of their emotional and sexual intimacy.
That's why we need to talk.
We have
That's
to.
why we
you
need
spoke
to
earlier
talk.
about that. Men knew. We know for a fact we have options. We're number what for every one man is like 15 women.
Yes,
so
yep.
we're using them
guys are
stats.
prime.
We know this already.
You're
So most
fine.
men
So
go
you
with
like,
that.
Oh, that
You
makes
know?
sense.
So that's where we
So
at.
when there are no rules, then there's no
Yes.
respect. And we,
Yes.
the women, have the ability to create the rules so that no one is disrespected. There's a difference between
love
a
that.
man.
Say that again. Can you say that part again?
Oh, you got to rewind the tape because I forgot what I said.
That's why women have to define the rules because if we don't
When
define
there's
the
no rules,
rules,
there's
we
no
do.
respect.
there's no respect.
And
You
it
hear that,
goes
ladies?
back
That's powerful
That's
stuff.
right.
Women
Yes.
lowering their standards.
Never
and it goes
do that.
back
And
to
competing.
settling and competing.
Us men
And
know this though.
competing.
We know when
Right.
women bring their standards up. We know which ones not to treat that a certain way.
Exactly.
We know which ones not to do that. Other ones we run right
Right,
over and keep it
exactly.
moving.
Running over.
But certain
here's
ones like that,
something I
they
wanna-
Afraid. I
we
mean, I
know.
know that
for a
phrase.
fact.
We
And they
know
won't
exactly.
and tolerate take that garbage from us.
But let me
we
throw
know the
this
ones
out.
not to try that
Exactly.
with.
Here's
That's
a,
right.
here's
We do.
a here's a way that especially African American women can broaden their options.
Talk to us
Stop
now.
looking to date within your racial line.
That's real.
Go outside. As Tony Braxton
do that.
says, learn to play in the snow. Learn to play in the snow.
But sometimes it always come back to the dirt.
Absolutely.
I like chocolate.
Personally,
I'm telling you,
I want to tell
you
you
gonna play in
this.
snow all you
I just want to say this.
We don't care. Black
There
men don't
is
care about
Let her
playing
say
in
her
snow.
point.
I find that there is nothing more beautiful than a beautiful black man.
Right.
Give them a hand.
Come on. But I also have learned that I'm very attracted to Caucasian men.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing
nothing wrong
wrong
with
with
that. You
that.
can
There's
Because
nothing wrong with that.
here's the thing that I also find. I find that not only am I attracted, but they are attracted to me.
Yes,
well, they
they are.
love us.
They
They're
love
as
us.
quiet as it's
They
kept, they
love
love us.
They love us. So I'm just challenging women to broaden their scope.
Well, that's an
because
answer there.
if we just
That's one
sit
answer.
back and wait for men to rise to our standards, the reality is many of us aren't going to have a man. So you need
Wow,
to define.
wow. Why is that?
Yeah, but
you
that's
gotta
the
have
reality.
your own personal pattern. You gotta figure out your own personal plan.
Absolutely.
Are we ready for Q&A or we're good? All right now, I love this. I actually really want to hold it right here. Define the rules to create the respect. So as women, because it's very powerful, because we're emotional, we actually need to think logically.
Yes.
Logically is about creating the rules. So no, you don't have to show everything like a big marketing sign that everybody ain't nobody bought it. You just ain't nobody paying for your ad. You got hoochie mama all over you. Okay, that's the woman that Paul said we already know how to do. You
That's right. No.
okay, and less is not always more.
Right.
Okay, so are we wrapping up for Q&A, my
This is
love?
about quality, not quantity.
Oh,
what it is.
quality,
That's it. I
not
like that.
quantity.
That's what it is.
That's right.
We actually have, we're going to open Q&A session to the audience, and hopefully we've given some sort of information. I'm looking at you all over there. I don't know if you have any questions or any comments that you would like to add.
I see a hand.
We actually do need a mic, do we not, for that? Do we need a mic for that? All right. My little beautiful lady over here, when you turn that mic on, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Tania Walker.
Tania Walker. Okay. So Tania, you're going to host our Q&A session. You're going to do that for us?
Yes.
Anyone has a question? Come on, my sister.
right. We're gonna do our Q&A. We're gonna do our Q&A right by our panelists. We're gonna do our Q&A
Oh, okay.
right by our panelists. Yes, this is Disco Goddess walking in to let you all know that we have the lovely lady here that you see sometimes jacking it on this whole train line. She's going to be here. Would you kindly come to her to answer any questions or comments? Please come this way. I would appreciate that.
Share your face on television.
And I'm going to squeeze you in right here. So come on in. Who's that?
No, come on over, my love.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you for the question. You're good. She looks fabulous.
Thank you.
This has been very interesting today. I've been in a relationship for years, but it's kind of at a point right now, it's kind of dragging. But my question to the brother right here, your name again is?
Samuel.
Samuel, I like your directness. My concern is when you talk about women, I hear little respect for them. And my question to you is, you say if a woman pleases her man, he's going to stay. A woman could be doing cartwheel flips, split in the bedroom, upside down, hanging from the chandelier. If a man desires just to be with another piece of twang, it doesn't matter what she does to him, what she does for him. He still's going to go out there and reach for something else. So if a woman is pleasing a man, why does he still choose to cheat?
I disagree because, you know, she's not doing it right. She's not keeping that man close to her. You know, to be honest with you, I have never ever cheated on my wife. My ex-wife pushed me out, pushed me to it's something that she said, and then I didn't like it. So, and I started there. But she kept me home. I mean, I provided for my family. Mm-hmm. You know, my daughters they doing great, and she had to stay focused. You have to stay focused on your man.
But where's your responsibility and accountability as a man versus you putting it on your woman? Your woman didn't push you away. You walked out because you chose to. It didn't matter what she did. You had it made up in your mind you're going to leave. Otherwise, if you were a strong man, you would have stayed at home and provided. You would not have walked out on your woman. And you cannot blame that woman for your actions alone.
The relationship ran its course.
Okay, so you chose to leave. But when you say she pushed, it means she was stronger than you.
My daughter was 23 years old.
Then what does that make you?
She asked. My daughter was 23 years old. My mother was 21. We raised our kids. This is something that we decided 10, 15 years ago.
Okay.
We grew apart, and that respect was there.
It.
She didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong.
You said
she stated, she said, honey, I have feelings for another man. And I said, do you want me to get you another drink? And that's it. That's it. So that's my way of Xing. She Xing in that way because we raised her. We provided for her. We provided everything. Mm-hmm. So sometime in life, as women and men, the respect is there for both parts. But sometimes you grew apart. You don't want that no more. Even infidelity. Mm-hmm. My honest opinion, because I want to. If I step out on my wife or back then, because I wanted to. I seen something I like. I want that, and what Samuel would have.
That's what I'm asking.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Next question, please.
I only have one thing to say, actually, for this gentleman right here. If you're fooling around on your spouse, who's fooling around with you? Isn't it a married woman, as you say? I mean, sure enough, men cheat, so does women. I understand that. But somebody's got to be cheating with you, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So, I mean, doing what I do, all right, I'm just going to bring up what I do with my profession. Okay, I come to ladies and they want services. I will do a certain service that we haven't talked about this evening yet with the men of Kama Sutra, but they will go there in a heartbeat. Out of 100 women, 90 of them will. For a fact, married women, non-married women, and men are weak when it comes to sex. Mm-hmm. That's why that's not intimate. That's just sex there. So who's cheating with me are the women that's coming to these events, or it's personal, private.
That's right.
That's what it is. So it's like I said, it's married, girlfriend, or whoever it is.
So that means that your man is not pleasing a woman.
I'm not pleasing my woman, you saying?
So you're not pleasing your wife.
Okay.
So the men are not pleased. If they can't please your wife, then I mean that goes, it's full circle. That's
All right.
what I'm saying.
In a way, that is true in
It's
a way.
full circle.
Because
So-
at the time, it was when I first started, it was like that. But after a while, you know, you get wiser, you get older, and you see that you're tired of doing that there, and then you're all right. You know, I do want to settle down. I do want someone in my life that I want to be with and grow old with and be
Right.
married to. You know, I've been married 15 years. You know, so you are right in a way.
Right.
You know, so I
Because
do
how
feel
would you
that way.
feel
That is true.
if she stepped out on you?
All right, sure. All right, that
Right.
right there devastates
Yes.
a man when a woman cheats on a man, even more than if a woman would if a guy
They
would cheat
will
on a
admit
woman.
that fact.
It would.
Any more questions?
All right.
Kevin.
Yeah. First of all, as far as the men, just a comment. As far as the men to women ratios, I know what the statistics say, but actually, I don't really believe that the numbers are off. Male to female, the numbers are off. Outstanding men and outstanding women, the numbers are not off. So if it's probably equal. Because when you look at all the people that you will reject, eventually there's somebody. And that's the one that you're probably interested in.
It's a theory.
Yeah.
Sex.
He took his notes, didn't you, Kevin?
Human beings, they're spiritual, they're physical, they're mental. It depends on how you look at it. No, the sex alone is not going to keep a man at home. I know what the brother said, but it's not going to happen because you can handle him physically, and you have to have some really serious tricks in order to turn that into some kind of spiritual or mental situation. And one of the things is a man is a mind. M-A-N is a M-I-N-D.
Ah.
And the womb of a mind is where you get the word woman.
I like that.
Well
Every
said.
mind comes through a womb. And paradise lies at the foot of a woman.
Well, all right now.
Thank you.
And the only reason men cheat is because there's a categorical breakdown of his character mixed with an ego problem.
You all should know I asked him to be on my panel and he rejected me.
Wow.
He rejected being on my panel.
Does he have a woman now?
Oh, I believe
do
there's
we
a
have a
question.
woman?
We've got a question.
Do
for
we have a
him?
question?
He didn't hear the question,
Anyone?
Paul.
I said, do you have a woman now? Yes. Oh, okay.
Oh, here I am.
There you go. Right there. I mean, there you go. I mean,
Can I address the cheating
I
issue?
mean,
Do we have time to address another question? She wants to address it. Okay, so therefore,
I
Paul,
want to clarify something about
Kevin,
the
what
sex
did you
part.
say exactly?
They don't even understand what I'm saying.
Naima
It's
wanted to
lust.
address it.
Right.
Hold on.
I mean, it's all about.
Can I address the sex and cheating part? And as the brother says, a man is a mind, and so just having sex does not hold a man because
Yes.
at some point he will get bored with that. But many times men cheat because they have lost interest in the woman. She is
Totally.
not holding him emotionally nor mentally, and the sex is great, but after that moment, he's gone. So again, we're talking about building a relationship,
Yes.
which is different than having sex that fulfills you. A relationship should be strong enough where if the sex is not fulfilling, you can talk about it and you can say,
Yes.
you know, this is what I would like you to do. A woman should be able to explain to her husband, well, I'd like you to touch me this way, so that she doesn't have to go and hire somebody who's not her husband and get all turned on and then
Wow.
So we gotta be. We do have to talk about it.
We do, and we have
We have to
left
talk
out
about
the element of intimacy. And when I say we've left it out because there's so many levels involved in building a relationship
It's
that
many
intimacy
levels, every
is just
day.
one.
Yes.
I mean, and how do you start to build that relationship? Through communication.
Talking about it.
Because how will your partner know how to please you if you've not established a level of trust, a level of communication
Yes.
where you can talk about the different things?
All right.
And I love
Thank
that.
you.
There are so many things that go into building a relationship, and if we just focus on intimacy, we'll get cheated.
We will.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And the whole cheating idea is when the person is not honest and saying they either would like to leave the relationship or they're interested in someone else. They're cheating you out of the exclusive attention that you have agreed you're going to have. That's what makes it cheating.
Got you. All right. So,
So-
with regards to talking about it, we have to do that every day.
We
If you're
do.
not talking every
We
day,
do. We do.
if you're not, and when we're talking every day, it doesn't have to be, let's sit down and make an appointment at 4 o'clock. And, I mean, really, I
Yeah.
respect consistency much more than habituality.
Yeah.
We
Right.
lose.
Yeah.
We're not. We lose our interest point. In other words, I don't want to sit down with you every day at 4 o'clock and talk about this. However, I would like to know. Bring me something new today. Tell me something good.
Yeah.
Samuel.
You know what? Let me clarify something about the sex part. When I said keeping your man, for people.
Oh, you feel a little responsible now? Feel a little uncomfortable doing?
No, what I meant about sex or relationship, that's the part of the relationship. Either if you want to talk to your man or hug your man, that's all the part of that. But if you don't contribute that sex part, because that man, he's going to fulfill you and that woman will fulfill her man. But my point was, keep that man bonded to you. If you let that sex drift away, and I don't
You
care.
tried though, Samuel.
I don't
didn't
care
you?
what no other woman or what other man say, but this is what I'm saying and what I experienced, what I have seen. I have went out and researched this person. I have went to clubs. Men, be honest, even in the audience. When we see a video attractive woman, we're thinking about, it's lust. It's lust, what she got down and what I want. Just
the
like a
raw
woman.
male.
You women out there, be honest. When you see a man standing up, he pack, he bow, that's on your mind. That's a man. That's that man. That man, he's a man. I want that man.
Right,
I want that woman.
Not necessarily.
See, you, everyone here is, certain people is taking this on a spiritual. This got nothing to do with
I
spiritual.
don't know how to have
It does. It's all
I make love.
intertwined.
Love, sex,
I know. It's
bottom
only
line,
one at a
you
time.
inserting a penis inside a vagina.
I know.
How you look at it, you want to touch.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not hearing it.
Samuel's the raw man here. He's
I'm
the
wrong. I want you. If you look
wanna get up
attractive,
and
if I was still
Samuel, the audience is kind of interested in you.
Susa.
Breathe a little.
This
Samuel.
is deep. I like sex, man.
I
Yeah,
want
can
we
say
do
about
one
that.
thing and acknowledge this brother who spoke because
Oh,
what
what
he
is your
said was
name, young man?
beautiful,
That
Kevin.
spoke?
It was powerful.
Come on, Kevin.
And I submit that he won't be single for very long.
No, he won't be single. But he's not interested in standing up saying anything.
Hey,
That's all you do.
like
want you
I always
to,
said, bad boy, women like bad boys.
Introduce yourself again.
Yeah.
And are you in Chicago? Make sure you guys, when you see him, you better come correct, ladies. You see
That
what
sounds
his
good.
views are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reality is something else.
Panel, men
It's over with.
who disagree with him. Respond.
Of course.
Stand right here next.
I mean, he's talking from his personal experience and what he has now. You know, why doesn't you? Can I ask why don't you have? Or you choose not to, or
When I speak about these
You
things, it's
what?
from studying, and I talk to at least 25, 35 people every day.
okay.
Yeah.
So I get phone
All right.
calls all day and all night,
All right.
and I feel those phone calls.
Even
So-
after
so-
midnight.
Yeah,
Even
I was
after
married-
midnight.
Yeah, I was. I've been married. I've been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
Raised
All
4
right.
children.
Likewise.
So,
Same
you
here.
know.
I was married 15 years.
I
I see about 150 women a week. You know, a day. And I
Well, you know,
them also.
Every day, no.
One of the
Kevin, let me
situations
ask
is-
Kevin a
Wait.
question.
You know,
One of the-
and they're
one of the
professional women.
situations-
This is going to be the last statement because we're going to tie up right now.
One of the situations is that some of the things that we're discussing is of an animal nature. So the thing is when you keep talking about some physical situation, human beings are animals, and like other animals, we seek pleasure and avoid pain.
Like Madonna said.
Ooh, he just did.
Hey, let's clap it up for him. And remember what he looks like, ladies.
That's textbook.
Remember what he looks like.
Right,
I want to give
he reading books. That's my point.
I'm talking
I want to give
experience.
Natalie Haywood an opportunity to
Make sure you address all us before we
address
go.
everybody. Just stay where you are.
Oh,
and
okay.
Talk about who your panel is.
All right. What I would like to do is basically, if you all have any final things you like to say, real short, and also, how can we reach you?
Yes.
You know, say it again. This is promo for you all also. So let's start with Paul.
Okay. In closing, like I said, first name is Paul. The Pamperers have an all-male and female traveling day spa. So we also pamper men. You know, have all female staff to come out, the Kama Sutra size ladies and men. My website is themenofkamasutra.com, and you reach me 24 hours a day. Thank you.
All right.
So Natalie, first off, thank you and the producers for engaging us in this dialogue.
Oh, we
this
need
was
more
powerful.
of this.
We
We
do
need
need
more
more
of
of it.
this.
And I want to just invite like-minded women to join me on a journey to wholeness.
Let's do
I
it.
have a website called livingtheday.com livingtheday.com, where we just talk about relationships. We talk about what is the actual journey to what we personally define as wholeness. And again, my name is Robin Williams. My books are on robinwilliams.com.
Awesome, awesome. Sister Darlene.
Yes, my name is Darlene Perkins. Again, I'm the executive producer of the Media Connection, the Female Solution. That is, we have two. So you can reach me at darleneperk@gmail.com. And I'd like to say, in a relationship, don't be putting on the man so much that he has to get all into you and lose his identity. He has to still be who he is. You have to be who you are.
That's
if he's sitting somewhere being quiet, it doesn't mean he don't want to talk to you, he don't like you. He's just having a little downtime, relaxing, just being himself. And I found in myself as a woman, I don't know how to just go out and have a one-night stand, because I have feelings for somebody when I'm with them. So when I touch somebody, I'm making love. I don't call it sex, because I have something to express.
Ooh.
And to me, that's the difference between men and women when it comes to that relationship thing.
Gotcha.
So thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
here.
thank you for joining me, Samuel.
I'd like to thank you, Nelly, and thank everybody here for being around me. Listen to my stories. My name is Samuel Gerard Jones Jr. You can reach me at WEWITTJJONESAOL.com. I'm a merchant buyer for one of the largest organizations in the United States. So, and for my closing, I want people to know this.
Okay, make it really short, Samuel.
Really short. No matter what happens each day, if you with that person, love that person. If you want your man or you want your woman, love your woman.
Love them.
And to me, sex, making love, quickie, getting it, doggy style, is all the same thing to me.
All of it.
So love your man, love your woman.
Yes. Beautiful.
Keep that bond together.
You gotta love him for that one, don't you, audience? He came back. Sister Naima.
Yes, well, of course, after 20 years of a beautiful marriage and a wonderful relationship, I know that what it takes is love on all levels, the sexual, the mental, the physical. My husband was my partner in every sense, and I'm author of the book, The Female Solution, and in the beginning, my husband wrote a special message for men, so get a copy of this book. Because it helps you understand how to be that loving man to your wife. And listen to us every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., The Female Solution, www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, and call us 347-539-5639 and join our conversation and learn how to be that whole woman.
Let's give it up, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for doing my first talk show, The Relationship Destroyed. Spell your website.
It's easy. Don'tDestroyRelationship.com. I'm there.
Fabulous. Thanks for watching. And
thank you.
Let's always remember, don't destroy relationships. Natalie Haywood. One love, one house.
One love, one house. Yes. You're so fabulous.
You are so fabulous.
Yes.